The magic of Cambodian shadow theater. Want to discover a magical, ancient art form full of stories? Then come with me. Today, I'm talking about Sbaek Khmer, the Cambodian shadow theater. Get ready, because we're going to travel back in time to the days of Angkor, an art from afar. Khmer shadow theater has been around for a long, long time. It was performed as far back as the time of the Angkor kings. In those days, shadow shows were used to tell the great legends, to honor the ancestors and the gods. It was a sacred art. How does it work? So, how do we create this magical theater? The puppets are cut from buffalo or cowhide, then pierced with thousands of tiny holes that let the light through. Each figure is flat, decorated, and sometimes as tall as a human. We call them Sbaek, which means leather in Khmer. When a light is shown behind a white screen and the puppets are moved, the shadows dance and tell a story. A real show. But that's not all. Sbaek show is very complete. First of all, the troupe begins the show with a prayer to connect with the ancestors and spirits, to honor them respectfully. There are one or more puppeteers, traditional musicians with an orchestra called Pin Pete, singers who recite or sing the story, one or more narrators, sometimes very funny or very serious, and sometimes even dancers. Everyone plays together at night under the stars. It's magical. The stories told in shadow theater are often taken from the Angkor, the Khmer version of a great Indian tale called the Ramayana. There are brave heroes, magical monkeys, kings and demons, princesses and giants. But sometimes the shows also tell folk tales, animal legends, or even funny stories that children love. The different types of theater. There are several types of shadow theater in Cambodia. Sbaek Tom, meaning big leather. These are the large sacred puppets often used to tell the Angkor story. They are very large, often carried by two or more hands, and move as they dance behind the screen. They are used during great ceremonies and to tell legends. Sbaek Toch, meaning little leather. These puppets are smaller, but very detailed. They are used to tell simpler, funny, or modern stories. A living art to be protected. Even though it's an ancient art, Khmer Sbaek is still very much alive. Even today, you can still see shadow theater performances in certain places during festivals or events. But beware, this is a fragile art. It must be protected, learned, and passed on. Because if young people no longer know about these beautiful traditions, they risk disappearing. Sbaek Tom was listed as a UNESCO Intangible Cultural Heritage Site in 2008 and has gradually been brought up to date by passionate artists. Personally, I think it's one of Cambodia's treasures. Your turn to play. It's so much fun to play with light and shadow. What about you? Have you ever tried to tell a story with shadows? You can have fun at home. It's really easy. See you soon for a new adventure and to discover other wonders of Khmer culture. Bye bye, friends!